I wanted to give you a little bit of time so you can reflect on what the hell that you're seeing here on your screen. This is not fake. This is not some cruel joke. This is not some sort of troll. I wish it was fake. I wish this wasn't real. But unfortunately, reality is quite often disappointing. You know, I've been a part of the virtual YouTuber community for 7 damn years at this point. I've seen the lows, the highs, the good moments, the bad moments, the not so great moments, the downright terrible and awful moments, to even criminal moments. I've seen a lot of things in my time as being a fan of this community. This might be the most disgusting thing I have ever seen a virtual YouTuber corpo, quote unquote, ever try to pull. This shit sickens me. It disgusts me. It frustrates me. Hell, it even nauseates me that this company is willing to do something like this. And there are people that are perfectly okay with it. There is a overseas styling VTuber company by the name of Virtual 7. Who are they? I don't exactly fucking know. I've never heard of them before. I don't know any of their talents. I don't care to know any of their talents. I don't personally really care to know about the company, to be honest with you. But unfortunately, here we are. Virtual 7 has been in the news lately because they're deciding, for some fucking reason, to hire a literal 9-year-old child. That's right, a literal 9-year-old child to their company as a virtual YouTuber, streaming on the internet in front of the entire world. There are so many things wrong with this picture. Where do I even begin? Where where do I even begin? I'm going to try not to scream. I'm going to try not to lose my composure here, but I can't make any promises. I also want to say that this video is protected under fair use. Any attempts to take this video down will be countered. This video will be backed up. I will have a backup of this video. If need be, I will upload this over to Rumble. You are not going to silence me regarding this matter, even if I get sued for talking about this. It is a risk I am willing to make. And I'm not going to be the only one that's talking about this. This is going to blow up. This story is going to blow up. It's only blowing up just now, but it's going to really blow up within the next couple of hours or days. Nine years old. 9. We, as a VTuber community, are at the point where companies can literally bring in children now. Kindergartners. elementary schoolers, little kids, actual lolicons, actual shotacons. I'm going to read this article that Virtual 7 put up. And there's been an update to the story, and I will get to that update here in just a little bit. But let's go over the original article that they posted over on Twitter. So, ladies and gentlemen, if I could direct your attention to the screen here, this is from Virtual 7's Twitter account regarding the 9-year-old child in question. What do you say we get to reading this, shall we? So, Virtual 7. Announcement from Virtual 7 CO Ltd. regarding the debut of virtual YouTuber Vtuber under the name Banana. Yes, that's the actual name of the talent. As published on social media on December 8, 2024, regarding the launch of the VTuber under the name Banana, many concerns have been raised by the public regarding the appropriateness and safety of involving minors in this industry. The company sincerely apologizes for our lack of clarity and announcement. We assure you that we have not overlooked this matter. We'll see about that. The company has gathered questions and concerns from the public with the hope that our responses will help alleviate your worries. VTuber under the name Banana was created to a collaborative effort involving Virtual 7's talent's family, and talent themselves, with mutual consent from all three parties. I will get to that here in a little bit. 1. The company. 2. Family. 3. Talent. This decision was reached through joint discussions and mutual agreement. Additionally, the company has a dedicated team of legal experts and psychotherapists to provide close legal counsel on matters of appropriateness, as well as support the mental well-being of all talents within the company. The conclusion reached as follows. 1. VTuber under the name Banana is solely a recreational activity that provides a platform for talent to showcase their abilities. There is no exclusive contractual agreement. Rather, it is based on a collaborative understanding. All activities under the name Banana may be terminated unilaterally if requested by talent's family. 2. All social media platforms of VTuber under the name Banana are managed by the company's team, aka Babysitter. Talent does not have direct access to all content. Babysitter and Talent's family will carefully review and approve all content before it can be published on social media. 3. The live streaming activities of VTuber under the name Banana will take place once a week with a round of 1 hour depending on Talent's will. Participation is entirely voluntary. During each activity, there will always be one guardian, either the talent's father or mother, and one supervisor, a staff member from the company, present to provide support. The supervisor will be responsible for 3.1. VTuber known as Banana will be active under the group Virtual 7 Kids. I'll get back to that in a little bit. Its management and oversight will not be associated with other branches of Virtual 7. 3.2. Manage the entire live streaming system for all talents, including the initiation and termination of live sessions. 3.3. Manage the live chat of VTuber under the name Banana, ensuring that the talent does not read the chat directly. Instead, a moderator will review and filter the messages beforehand and relay them to the talent verbally only. 3.4. Talent will see only the modeled interface, which serves solely as a representation of themselves. Virtual 7 Company Limited, in its capacity as an organization engaged in the production of media and online entertainment activities, hereby affirms and upholds that we operate in good faith. Bullshit! In compliance with the law and human rights. We are open to constructive criticism or feedback that is based on factual grounds and does not violate defamation laws, either publicly or privately. And that's from Virtual 7 Co., December 9th, 2024. Okay, first of all, that was a fucking mouthful to read, so let me get me something to drink real quick. Second of all, it's bullshit that I have to waste my time. I could be recording a fucking Let's Play right now. I could be playing Saints Row 2006. I could be playing Sleeping Dogs. I could be playing Metal Gear Solid 3. I could be playing, uh, shit. I could, I could find something else to do right now. I really could, but I need to address this. I need to talk about this because nobody else has made a video about this as of yet. I'm probably going to be the first one to make a video discussing this topic before everybody else does it. I'm going to be the first one to jump the fucking gun. And that pretty much ties into number 3. I feel the need to have to talk about this. Because, I'm sorry, I find this shit disgusting. I find this shit gross. This is not okay. Let's go over this entire fucking post, okay? So what do you say we work our way from the top all the way down, shall we? Many concerns have been raised by the public regarding the appropriateness and safety of involving minors in this industry. Gee, color me surprised. What a fucking shocker. Of course there's going to be a lot of people that are going to raise concerns. Of course there's going to be a lot of people that are going to call your ass out because you're hiring a literal 9-year-old child as a virtual YouTuber to stream on the internet. Of course people are going to call you out, and of course people are going to be concerned. Because a large majority of people, myself included, we're not okay with this shit. To us, you're exploiting a 9-year-old child. 9 years old! We're not talking about a high schooler. Hell, we're not even talking about a middle schooler. We're talking about somebody that's still in fucking elementary school. 9 years old! Man, you want to know what I did when I was 9 years old? My mom would wake me up in the morning. I get dressed, go into the kitchen, eat a big bowl of cereal in front of the TV while watching cartoons, whether it be Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney, PBS Kids, whatever the fuck, or whatever was on at the time, but mostly it was cartoons. And then she'd take me to school. I go to school, and I learn my ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, learn about science, learn about history, learn about geography, whatever the fuck. Go through school, go through the entire school day, come home, play some video games after I do my homework, if I have homework. I come home, do my homework, if I have it or not, play some games, watch TV, and then call it a good night's sleep so I could get up the next morning and go to school. Or on the weekend, because my mom and dad had a custody battle over me, I would go to my father's house on the weekend and spend time with my father on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That was well over 20 years ago. I get times have changed. I get times are different now. But even in that retrospective, let's say virtual YouTubing existed when I was 9 years old. Let's go all the way back. Let's say 2003. That's when I was 9 years old. Or let's say 2004. Let's say early to mid 2004 before I turned 10 years old. My mom and dad, they would have immediately shot down any thought process of me becoming a content creator, let alone a virtual YouTuber at the age of 9 years old. It don't matter how much money a company would throw at them, ain't no way they would exploit me on the internet at that young of an age. My first YouTube account I opened back in 2007 when I was 13 years old. And I barely even did anything with the damn account. I didn't fucking upload on it. I didn't stream on it. I didn't upload any videos on it. I just used it to watch YouTube at the time. I didn't start really uploading on YouTube until about 2012 when I was 18 years old. That's when I first started really uploading to YouTube. When I was 18 years old, when I was a legal adult. You couldn't pay my parents back in the day enough money to get me to join an entertainment company at that young of an age. It don't matter how talented of an individual I am, they were not going to exploit me. Then again, I have the type of parents that would not have their child exploited in that way. Not everybody has the same type of parents. Unfortunately, it seems in this situation that these parents of this 9-year-old are perfectly fine with exploiting their child. They're okay with it. They're perfectly fine with their 9-year-old signing up as a virtual YouTuber. They're perfectly fine with their 9-year-old streaming on the internet at such young of an age. They're perfectly fine with their 9-year-old being exposed to a side of the internet that their child really should not be on at this type of age. But they're okay with it. They're fine with it. Oh, let's just exploit our child for profit and gain. Because that's what it really is all about, isn't it? That's what it's all about. It's all about the bottom dollar. It's all about making a fucking profit. Fuck the mental health. Fuck the taking care of your child like responsible parents would. Fuck all that. Nah, let's just exploit our 9-year-old child to a very dark side of the internet that they really should not be on at this type of age. This decision was reached through joint discussions and mutual agreement. The family and the child gave consent. I'm sorry. What 9-year-old child is giving consent to be on the internet streaming and uploading videos at this age? Even if, let's say hypothetically, you're telling the truth and the kid did say, she said, oh yeah, I want to become a virtual YouTuber. I'm sorry, but if I was the kid's parents, I would look at it and be like, I don't care how much money you throw at me. No. 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 Not at this age. No. You're way too young. The internet can be a really fucked up, dangerous, and dark place. No. Maybe when you're 15 or 16, maybe. But 9? No. Too young. Too young. There's too many sickos and too many perverts and way too many fucking pedophiles on the internet. And yes, you just heard me say the word pedophiles. You don't like it? Click off this fucking video. You know, I know that there's going to be other people that are going to report on this, and they're going to try to be nice talking about it. Nah, I ain't going to be, no, I'm not going to be nice. I'm not going to be nice about this. I said I was going to maintain my composure, and I'm trying. I'm trying, but like I said, I can't make any promises. And the more I go over this, the more I talk about this. I haven't even gone all the way through. The more I talk about this, the more pissed off I'm getting. Even if the 9-year-old gave consent, even if the 9-year-old wants to become a virtual YouTuber, you're too young, kid. You're too damn young. You need to focus on the educational system that you're in. You need to focus on going to school and learning your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s and being a good kid with a good educational system that'll raise you, that will teach you, that will help you become a man further in life. That will guide you through the years of your life. You also need to have a responsible parent group. You need to have a responsible mother and father figure that will be there for you, that will care for you, that will love you, and that is not willing to exploit you for profit and gain. And then I see people throw excuses around. Oh, well, there's child actors and child actresses in Hollywood. So, if they could have child actors and actresses in Hollywood, they should allow children to become virtual YouTubers. Just because there's child actors and child actresses in Hollywood does not make it okay for children to become virtual YouTubers at this young of an age. And even talking about child actors and actresses, do I need to remind you of all the stories that have come out through Hollywood of child exploitation, of child abuse, of child neglect, of child molestation, of child rape? Some children actually being murdered? How many times do you hear stories of child actors growing up, child actors, child actresses growing up, and once they get kicked out of Hollywood, once they reach a certain age and they get kicked out of Hollywood, how many times do you hear of them turning to drug abuse, turning to alcohol abuse, getting themselves arrested, harming someone else, or worse, killing someone else, getting themselves arrested, sometimes even for life, or even going so far as to commit suicide or murdering someone else, like I said. I hear those stories all the time. There's very few exceptions to child actors or actresses that have made it out of being a child actor or actress perfectly fine. There's very few exceptions. Very few. Does anybody remember the little boy that played the young Anakin Skywalker from Star Wars Episode 1? What happened to him when he got older? Turned to drug abuse. Got addicted to drugs. His life has fallen apart. What about Jeanette McCurdy? How about all the years of abuse that she had to put up with by the hands of Dan Snyder and her mom? Why do you think she wrote a biography about her mom saying that she was glad her mother was dead? That's pretty fucked up for a child to say that about their own mom. That's pretty fucked up. But if you read through that book, and I haven't read the entire book, but I've skipped through chapters of it online, man, the fucked up abuse that she went through, no wonder why she left Hollywood. And quite frankly, I don't fucking blame her. Personally, I'm not okay with children being exploited in Hollywood either. To be truthful about it, I'm not okay with that shit either. You're talking about a profession that's been happening for well over 100 years. Going all the way back to the Shirley Temple days. And even Shirley Temple was being exploited behind the scenes. Even she had to put up with abuse behind the scenes. She was heavily manipulated. What happened to Shirley Temple when she became an adult? What happened to her when she became an adult? You didn't see her that much anymore, did you? Because Hollywood didn't have any more use for her. Because she got old, she got smart, and they kicked her to the fucking curb. There's very few exceptions. Biggest one I could think of is Ariana Grande. She went from being on, uh, she went from being a Disney actress to working with Nickelodeon to becoming a successful solo artist. Good for her. But at the same time, look at all the abuse that she had to fucking go through. Especially at the hands of Dan Snyder. And I don't think you want to get me started on Dan Snyder right now. I'll be here for about a good 2 to 3 hours. Don't even get me started on all the exploitation that Dan Snyder did to children behind the scenes. There's even a rumor out there that Dan Snyder supposedly impregnated, what was her name? Oh, what the fuck was her name? I forgot her name off the top of my head, but there was a really famous child actress back in the 90s and early 2000s that there's a heavy rumor that's been going around for so many years that supposedly he raped her and got her impregnated and she had to get an abortion. Granted, of course, that's just a rumor. It's never been officially confirmed. But even still, Dan Snyder was a fucking creep, and there's a reason why he's no longer in Hollywood anymore. Hell, my favorite music artist of all time, Michael Jackson, he was exploited when he was a child. He was heavily exploited when he was a child. Michael Jackson is one of the most exploited music artists of all time. His father would beat him unconscious for even the smallest thing. He was heavily exploited by the music industry. Granted, he turned into one of the greatest music artists the world has ever seen. And I know people have their opinions on whether he's a pedophile or not. I'm not going to get into that discussion here. But make no mistake about it, he's one of the greatest music artists of all time. But look at all the abuse that he had to go through. This family is putting their 9-year-old through the exact same thing. You could put up all the. I was gonna read through this whole damn thing. I honestly don't know if I even can. I don't know if I even can. I was gonna read through this whole thing and just go through everything all over again. I don't even know if I even can anymore. I'm just I'm disgusted. I really am. I'm just really fucking disgusted. Virtual YouTuber companies hiring 9-year-olds. Unreal. Even if it's the child's consent. No. 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 Be a fucking parent. Be an actual good mom and dad. Put your foot down and tell your child, no, you are not exploiting yourself at this young of an age. No. You want to watch virtual YouTubers? By all means, watch them. We don't got no issues with you watching virtual YouTubers. But once you say that you want to become a content creator at that young of an age, that's where we draw the line. I'm gonna try to get through this. I still have to get to the other fucking posts. I still have to get to the other posts that they made. VTuber under the name Banana is solely a recreational activity that provides a platform for talent to showcase their. Again, I don't care if the kid is actually insanely talented. I get there's really talented children out there. I'm not trying to take away from the kid if he or she is really talented. I just think it's wrong. I think the kid, they're way too young. Okay, there is no exclusive contractual agreement. Rather, it's based on a collaborative understanding. Yeah, aka you and the parents wanting to make a quick buck off of the child, which is absolutely fucking disgusting. All activities under the name Banana may be terminated unalliteratedly if requested by talent's family. If the talent's family is okay with letting their 9-year-old child join a VTuber company as a talent, they're not going to terminate the contract anytime soon, unless, of course, the backlash gets too extreme to where they don't have no choice. But considering that they're perfectly fine with letting their 9-year-old join a VTuber company, I don't see them terminating the contract anytime soon. I think they're perfectly fine with it. They're perfectly okay with it. All social media platforms that are named Banana are managed by the company's team. Babysitter, babysitter. Think about that. We're not even saying manager. We're not even saying management. We're literally saying that this talent has a babysitter. A 9-year-old babysitter. Talent does not have direct access to all content. Babysitter and Talent's family will carefully review and approve all content before it can be published on social media. What the fuck ever. Live streaming activities of VTuber named Banana will take place once a week with around 1 hour depending on Talent's will. Participation is entirely voluntary. Entirely voluntary, my ass. There will always be one guardian and one supervisor present to provide support. VTuber knows will act under the VTuber. Okay, this is the one thing that really caught my attention here. 3.1. Read 3.1 right here. VTuber known as Banana will be active under the group Virtual 7 Kids. The group Virtual 7 Kids. So this got me thinking, are there more children that are going to be in an entire gen for this company? Because if that's the case, the federal government needs to be investigating this right now. The federal government in Thailand needs to investigate this shit right fucking now. I really hope that I am wrong by what I just read. I really hope that I am wrong and it's just the name of the branch that the child is in. But the way it came off the group, it's making me think that there's going to be more children. If that's the case, To me, that comes off as like a child trafficking ring. You're trafficking these children into a VTuber company to be a VTuber on the internet at very young ages and exploiting them to a side of the internet that they really should not be exploited to. Once a week, 1 hour, depending on talent's will. Even if it was for 10 fucking minutes, it's still wrong. Manage the entire live streaming system for all talents, including the initiation and termination of live sessions. Manage the live chat. Manage the live chat. Manage the live chat. You guys are really fucking stupid, aren't you? You're naive and fucking stupid. You really don't know how the internet works, do you? You could have the you could have the fucking you could have the police department watching that chat. You could have you could have the Thailand's version of the CIA, the FBI. You could have some of the highest officials in the Thailand government watching that live chat. It don't matter. Shit's gonna get through. People are gonna find loopholes. There's gonna be ways for people to find loopholes around your moderation. People are gonna find ways around it. You could try to safe harbor all you want. People are gonna find a loophole. They always do. It's the internet. I know how the internet works. I don't know everything about the internet, but I've been on the internet long enough to know how a majority of this shit works. People are always going to find loopholes whether you like it or not. And if they can't interact in a live chat, what's stopping them from making Rule 34 art of said talent? Again, I'll ask that question one more time. What is stopping them from making Rule 34 art of said talent? Oh, well, that's considered pedophilia and that's illegal, and they'll have law enforcement come after them. Like, that's really gonna stop them? Like, that's really gonna fucking stop them? These people could flip on a VPN, they could make anonymous accounts, they can do whatever they can to hide. And unless you really, really, really go after them and really hammer it down into finding these individuals and locking them up, they're going to do whatever the fuck they want to do. It's just a matter of time before you see about 1,000 Shadmans run around. Remember him? Remember Shadman? In case you don't know who I'm talking about, he was a notorious Rule 34 artist that once drew actual art, even though it was fictional, he drew actual art of a minor in a sexual manner. Which minor am I talking about? I'm talking about Drama Alert's child, Keemstar's daughter. This guy actually drawed and uploaded on the internet for the entire world to see fictional art of an actual child engaging in sexual activities. And Keemstar rightfully called his ass out for it, and I think Keemstar is one of the major reasons why Shadman is in prison right now. Shadman's in prison. He's in prison right now. I don't know how long he's going to be in there, but at the time of me making this video, That man's in prison right now as I speak. And I hope that every day in prison is a living fucking nightmare for him. I swear to God, if anybody comments on this video and says, "Oh, well, that was fictional art of the kid. It wasn't actual art." Even if it's fictional art, he drew art based on an actual human child in a sexual manner. That is illegal. That is pedophilia. That is distributing pedophilia, which is against the law, which will get you locked up in a prison cell, having to wake up to Big Bubba every morning. And Big Bubba don't like chomos, by the way, for the record. It's one thing for Shadman to draw art of a fictional minor in a show. Whatever. Who gives a shit? If you want to draw, let's say, Nagatoro. If he wants to draw fictional sexualized art of Nagatoro, who gives a fuck? It's fictional. It's a fake character from an anime. Who fucking cares? But once he drew the art based on an actual human child, that's it. That's where we draw the line. Virtual 7, my question to you is this. What's stopping people from doing that to this 9-year-old? Oh, because you'll press criminal charges against them? Then how about don't exploit the child at 9 years old to a part of the internet that they really shouldn't be on? But of course, we can't always have nice things, can we? Talent will only see the model's interface. Whatever. Moderator will review and filter the messages. You better hire. If you actually debut this talent, if you actually debut this 9-year-old child, you better hire at least 1,000 moderators. At least 1,000. Because I'm telling you, there are some weird fucking people out here in this world. And it's like I just said, that live chat's gonna be a fucking hornet's nest. It's gonna be a fucking hornet's nest. They're gonna try every fucking way to get through. And if you put up brick walls in front of them, they're gonna find a way to knock the brick wall down. We operate in good faith. Really? You operate in good faith. What good faith is there in hiring a 9-year-old child and exploiting them to the dark side of the internet? What good faith is that? What good faith is profiting off of a 9-year-old child for exploitation? What good faith is there in that? I don't see anything good about that. I see greed, money, power, wealth, arrogantness, greediness, cockiness, arrogance. and worst of all, manipulativeness. There is nothing good out of this at all. Nothing. I'm done reading this post. Let's just get to the next post, and then I can end this video and call it a fucking night. Because I'm at my wit's end with you. Okay, it's getting really freaking late at the time of me recording this. I really don't want to be discussing this company that much anymore. I just want to get this video done and over with. But we did have an update post from the company, and I'll read it off here. Announcement from Virtual 7 CO. As has been published in social media on December 8th, 2024, regarding the debut of Vtuber under the name Banana, the company sincerely apologizes for any discomfort or commotion caused. Sure. Following internal discussions with management team and legal department, the company has taken constructive feedback and criticism from public into account in order to improve. Based on the discussion, following decision is made. 1. The debut scheduled for VTuber project under the name Banana will be postponed indefinitely. 2. VTuber project under the name Banana will be rebranded as PIM, I hope I pronounced that correctly, and Banana. 3. All content of project under the name PIM and Banana will solely be on YouTube Kids platform as decided on the original plan. 4. The main host of the channel will be PIM, will be referred to as the babysitter/guardian, who will provide guidance and direction for various recreational activities such as singing, doing homework, drawing, and more. Virtual 7 CO, as an organization which engaged in the production of media and online entertainment activities, would like to affirms, you're supposed to say affirm, but you put it as affirms, so whatever, our continuous commitment in listening to feedback and criticism from public, and adjusting our content to align with guidelines that brings benefits together with comfort to the public. We will continue to operate in a manner that does not contravene with any ethical or legal regulations. We are thankful for the continuous support for our organization, and we hope to be able to quality entertainment for everyone. Thank you once again for your continued support. Blah 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 whatever. They're still going through with this, ladies and gentlemen. They're still fucking going through with it. They're suspending it indefinitely, but they're not officially getting rid of it. They're not terminating the project. They're still going to go through with it. I think this company is going to try to do the little hush-hush treatment. They're going to try to keep it under wraps. They're going to try to keep hush-hush about it. They're going to try to keep it out of the public eye for a while to see if the public forgets about it. And then they're going to debut the kid when they think everybody's pretty much moved on and forgot about it. Nah, we're not going to forget about this. We're not going to forget about this. If there's one thing I learned about the internet, it's that the internet, they don't forget. They can forgive at times, but the internet will never forget. They're never going to forget the fact that even if you do cancel this, they're never going to forget the fact that you wanted to bring in a 9-year-old child as a VTuber talent. They're never going to forget the fact that there are two manipulative parents that are willing to exploit their child to a dark side of the internet that their child should not be on. They're not going to forget the fact that you're painting VTubing in a really bad image, that you're really painting the VTuber community in a really negative fucking way. I can't even show my friend Orbital Sigma virtual YouTubing without him stepping the fuck away from anything I show him. I try to get him into virtual YouTubing. I try so hard to get my friend into virtual YouTubing. And every time I try to get him into VTubing, shit like this happens, and he looks at it and he goes, nope, and walks the fuck away. How do you explain this to a normie? I'm talking about somebody outside the virtual YouTuber community. How do you explain this to them that there is a virtual YouTuber community? If they ever decide to get into VTubing, if they ever hear about VTubing, if they ever catch wind of VTubing, and they're like, hey, this VTubing thing looks kind of cool, let me look into it, see what this is about. And they look into it, and let's just say this happens to be the first thing they see. How do you explain this to them? How do you explain it to them that a VTuber company is literally hiring kindergartners, elementary schoolers? How do you explain that? And if you try to come up with the excuse, oh, well, the kids wanted to join. Again, going back to what I said earlier, even if the kid wanted to join, you're too fucking young for this kid. You're too damn young. The main host of the channel will be Pim, aka a babysitter and a guardian. Like that's really going to change things. I know people are going to bring up the fact, oh, well, there's this mother VTuber that has her child on stream. And even that I find a bit skeptical. Even that one I find a bit skeptical. Granted, her child isn't on stream with her all the damn time. But even then, I don't agree with bringing your child on the internet at that young of an age. And that one's even worse because her child is literally a toddler. Her child was literally just born. That's even worse. I know me and everyone's not going to see eye on eye with this. I get that. But to me, I don't agree with exploiting your children on the internet at this young of an age. I say the youngest they should join the internet, the social media. The youngest they should join social media, maybe 16, maybe 17, with supervision. With supervision. Once they hit the age of 18, once they become an adult, they can do whatever the fuck they want at that age. Once they hit 18, once they start turning into an adult, all hands off deck. Let them do whatever the fuck they want. I know people are going to bring up, oh, well, Hololive hired Hachima and Shion when they were minors. As much as I love Shion and as much as I love Hachima, I love those two. I absolutely adore the hell out of those two talents. I still think it was kind of wrong for Hololive to hire them at the ages that they were. That was a long time ago, and Hololive has never hired anybody since then below the age of 18. Not that I'm aware of. Not that we're aware of. They haven't hired anybody since then under the age of 18. They learned their mistake, they learned their lesson, and they admitted that they fucked up there. Now, Shion and Hachima, they're extremely talented individuals. Let's not take that away from them. But they shouldn't have joined Hololive at that young of an age. They should have waited a couple of years, hit the age of 18, and then join Hololive. This whole situation is fucked up. It's disgusting. It's revolting. I don't want to talk about it anymore, dude. I just want to call it a night and get some sleep. Thank you all for watching this very long discussion video. I know not everyone's going to agree with me. Quite truthfully, I don't give a shit. I really don't. If anything happens in this video, like I said, this video will be backed up. I know I'm putting myself at a chance of being sued by this company, which quite honestly, it's a risk I'm willing to take. I quite frankly just don't fucking care. You're not going to get any money out of me anyway, even if you do try to file a suit against me. I don't got no fucking money. I don't have a job. I don't have no income. I don't make minimum wage. I don't make no fucking money. I'm not monetized on YouTube. I don't get paid for doing this. YouTube is a hobby of mine. I do this for fun. I make YouTube videos for fun. There's nothing fun about this, though. There's absolutely nothing fun about this. This is going to be the first and only time I ever do a discussion video talking about your company. From here on out, I will never utter your company's name out of my mouth on this channel for the foreseeable future. I want nothing to do with your company. I want nothing to do with your talent. I don't want nothing to do with your management. I don't want nothing to do with your boss. I don't want nothing to do with anything related to you, period. Truthfully told, you need to be investigated. The parents need to be investigated. The company needs to be investigated. And if the child agreed to wanting to join all of this, that child needs some therapy. Put that child in therapy right now. Sit down with that child and explain to them why joining the internet, this side of the internet, at this young of an age, is the worst mistake they could ever make. This is Edge Runner Gaming HD signing out. Thank you for watching this very long discussion video. Not my best discussion video, but I just had to come on and talk about it. And I'm out. Bye.
I couldn't wait for you to come and clear the cupboards, but now you're gone and leaving nothing but a sign. Another evening I'll be sitting